check out another video, and I'm actually going to take a look at one of my local beers here. Now this is actually one that I picked up from another local brewery as it was on their guest tap. So if you saw the unboxing video, you saw me mention this beer in that video. It was one I got a great deal on, and this is actually from MadTree Brewing. It is actually their Cryo. So there is what it would look like if it was in the can. This is actually in the crowler here from Braxton Labs, so a little bit different than what you would expect to see, as I just showed there. 9.5% ABV. This one was actually done 1/9/20 when I picked it up in the can, and that was straight from the keg there. And IBU level on this one, 120. So if you don't know what the IBU level, it actually will tell you how bitter a beer should be as far as a threshold. Usually, most people, just about everybody, doesn't taste anything higher than like 110, 115, they say. So 120 is kind of off of it. But however, when you make an Imperial IPA, it actually takes down some of the bitterness because of the upping of the malts to add a little bit more of that ABV. So not expecting to be overly bitter. Should have a nice bitterness to it. Should hopefully have a nice balance as well. Going to crack this baby open. And MadTree is one of my, I would say, top 3 breweries here in Cincinnati. Although we've had some other ones really stepping up. So, but they always kind of represent having a decent beer that you can always check out. Usually anybody can find a beer there that they actually like. Hey, what's happening, Erie? Cheers, my friend. Welcome. What's going on? I'm actually decided to throw up a quick video before I jump over later to Blake's channel. I already wished him a happy birthday, and him and Alan over there, and I think Jen are all holding it down. So I'll probably jump over there for a little bit at a point, and then get over on their stream. Hey, what's happening, Max? Cheers. Gonna let it ride. That's right, my friend. And what's happening, Sergey? Cheers. Bitterness, right? Yeah. So going to go ahead and crack this open. 32 ounce crowler I have here of the Cryo. And I'm actually going to use one of the glasses that I actually picked up for my friend Afro Beer Chick. So there you can see that there as well. And I'm going to switch it back to the other cam. You get a nice amount of aroma off the beer. I'm getting a nice amount of tropical citrus notes that you'd expect from a IPA. Obviously, this is not one of the juicy or haze IPAs that have kind of taken over the craft beer scene. You got a nice color on it, nice copper tone to it, great clarity. I'll get a little closer. You should be able to see some of the carbonation on the inside as well. At least from this side of the camera, I can see some of the bubble action. Head itself, nice fluff to it, about 2 finger, pretty much eggshell white color. Get a little bit of that sweetness coming out. Can definitely pick up some of the maltiness. Little bit of syrupy type feel. You know, it's gonna have a little bit of that sweet candy thickness in there as well. I almost feel like on a note from the hop they may have used, I'm not as familiar with the Cryo hop. That's the one thing. It's called Cryo because that's the hop they feature. They have a Galaxy High, which features a Galaxy hop. They have a Dorado High, which features the Dorado hop. And this is their Cryo, which actually features that hop. And some of your hops can have like a little bit of a white pepper type finish on them. And I almost feel like that's coming through here. Taste-wise. Definitely get the bitterness. At 120, even though the malts and stuff are kicked up, that bitterness is still there in play. Not overly bitter, nice drying sensation, which you expect from an India Pale Ale. And this one being a double, it has that in effect as well. Slight astringency there. Real quick drying at the end though, as it went from the initial to the finish. I mean, it dried rather quickly. You do get a little bit of that syrupy tone in the beer itself, in the taste. You can feel a little bit of it lingering there in the throat. Max he got himself a 40, a Colt 45. All right. That's what I used when we did the malt liquor show. Actually, I wasn't hating on the Colt 45. It's been a long time since I had one of those. Feel carbonation a little bit ramped. In that throat, I do feel a little bit of a peppery type feel. Again, more like a white peppery type feel. And you can feel that scratchiness of the hops there in the throat area as well. But if you like an IPA, one of the classic type IPAs, not one of the newer things they're experimenting with, but like a nice IPA that gives you that nice throwback type quality, you definitely get that here. You got that tropical, a little bit of a citrus type feel in the notes from the hop as well, and the taste. You can feel the carbonation there on the tongue. You definitely want to drink more of it as you go because of that quick drying effect. It's not lasting around as long in the duration of the flavor, which is fine. Most of the time when you're having these IPAs, you are drinking them a little bit quicker than some of the other ones that will linger around with some longer durations, but 9.5 will catch up to you if you're not careful. Like the carbonation there, you feel that on the tongue, some of the bubble action. Like I said, a little bit of that sweetness in the flavor, kind of a little bit of a candy type sweetness, but overall, it's definitely a decent one. Now, their Galaxy High is one of my favorite beers they come out with. In fact, I think Galaxy High comes back out here around February, I believe. That's one of their big beers at the end of winter, or towards the end of winter when that comes out. Has a little bit more of a tropical citrus feel on that one than you get with this one here. But for someone that likes something with a little bit of a slight like spice type finish, and when I say the spice again, I'm talking about the pepper, this one actually fits well. It's decent. I would definitely say if you're a double IPA fan, to definitely check this one out. It definitely fits the mold of what you're accustomed to with this kind of beer. Max says, my homie's like, Earthquake malt liquor, you, lol. Well, you know, on our show, we did a malt liquor. Shannon found out she liked Hurricane. And Earthquake isn't too much off of that, I believe. But I have not had either of those. Maybe the next malt liquor show that we do at some point, I'll pick those up to give them a try. But I don't know. I know people that like Four Loko as well, and I don't know how they put that down, but people's palates are what they are. What's going on, Paul? Cheers, brother. Happy Friday to you. Hopefully all is good in your neck of the woods. But it's a decent beer. So again, if you do happen to get MadTree, then this is the MadTree Cryo High. Definitely give it a shot. If you like that type of style, I definitely say it's worth it. And I definitely think you will not be disappointed by it. Beautiful MadTree brews out in Sandusky. Yeah, so MadTree does get pretty much all over the state now. They get over here on the side with Kentucky. I think they get down maybe to Lexington or Louisville or so. I think they might be also in Indiana. So they're expanding some. I wouldn't be surprised if they're not in Pennsylvania at some point, being right there next to Ohio. So you might get them in your neck of the woods. Some people like hitting them shells in themselves in the testicles with hammers, and you know people are weird like yeah. Some people are weird like that. Earthquake is trash. All right. Well, maybe I'll stay away from trying the Earthquake then. I'm gonna try it just for the experience. Just trying to place the one note at the end. When that finished, it has a little bit of an aftertaste. It's kind of weird. can't get that. I can't get that note down. In my mind, it's kind of like a ginger type thing, but it's not as pungent as what a ginger type feel is. It's got to be something with the hop they use there. I got to look up that hop and find out some more details about it. I do like it though. It's just lingering there, which is kind of a little bit different. But yeah, a very pretty looking beer. Like I said, great clarity, see through to the other side. Definitely feel, like I said, those flavors hanging out in the throat area. But thanks for everybody that kind of tuned in. This was going to be a nice little quick one. I wanted to drink this beer, so I thought I'd share it with everybody. I am now going to jump over and probably jump on the Blake's channel. He's having his Friday Throwdown. It's his birthday, so I'm going to go over there and drink a little with them. And if you haven't seen Blake TV, make sure you check him out as well. And I will look forward to catching up with you guys soon. Keep drinking those good craft beers. And remember, there's always time. Get your beer on. Cheers, everybody.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better come.